போல ஆசை, திமிங்கலம் போல அதுவும் பேச, திமிங்கலம் தான் பிடிச்சு நானே வந்த பின்னும் நெத்திலி வாசம் இன்னும் பேச.
When you analyze the making of a nation, it's making of an organization, making of a nation. One of the first few things we do is a SWOT analysis. We do strengths, we do weaknesses, we do opportunities, and we do threats. Any making of an organization or a nation, I thought, let me put across to you, what is the SWOT analysis of making of a nation? Let's say Bharat, India. What are the strengths of India? What are the weaknesses of India? What are the opportunities we have? And what are the threats we need to? Let's first look at the strengths of India.
I would bring it down further to an individual. What is needed to build a successful individual? The same things are needed to build a successful nation.
Right.
It's not any different.
Yes.
If one knows how to build a successful human being of himself in every way, when I say successful, not that just you made money, not just that you get a ranking, not just that you got elected, no. A successful human being means in every way you're complete. If you make this, the same replica is for the nation in the sense, if you want to be a good human being, to start with, all your four limbs should be limbered up and nice, strong and fine. The four limbs of a nation is just this: the executive, the judiciary, the military and the civil services. All of them must be limbered up and agile. We must do some yoga with all of them. We must knead them. They've all become, if you can't fold your elbow is stuck here, your this thing stuck here, these are useless limbs. When you have pain in your limbs, you will wish you did not have those limbs, isn't it? That's what is happening right now.
Absolutely.
We wish we did not have them many times because they've become such a pain. So keeping them limbered up, these four limbs, is very important. See, always a nation will be successful only when people's aspirations are kept alive. If people lose their aspiration, it's a finished nation, okay? There must be enormous aspiration and people should see a piece of the sky. They must see it's a possibility. It is not an empty dream. If it becomes an empty dream, they'll go to hallucinogenic drugs. They must see a piece of the sky that it's worth making the effort, always. So to nurture an aspiration and to create the possibility that within your lifespan you can get there is very important. And also make people's aspiration into national aspiration and nation's aspiration into people's aspiration. And a strategic sense as to where we are, not living an utopian idea of well-being, which we have done unfortunately. Having a strategic sense of where we are, what are the things to make a nation happen. For example, when we made the nation, this is not a commentary on some mistakes that people might have done, because in retrospect we can say many things. In those times, they did what I believe they did whatever they thought was best. For example, we have been trading with the rest of the world for over 10,000 years. If you go to Syria, in many parts of Arabia, particularly Syria, unfortunately, it's in such a mess. I wanted to do this Indian trading route, the Indian traders, how they travel, so I drove through Syrian desert by myself and we went. It was a fantastic experience. Wherever you go, stories of Indian traders 8,000 years ago. The Aleppo city, which is completely in rubble right now, one of the most beautiful cities, was built only on the taxes that the Indian traders paid, okay? Everywhere in the Syrian schools, they're studying about how Indian traders and engineers and all kinds of people coming 8,000–10,000 years ago. Is there any such story in India? Do you know? No Indian child ever reads about it.
Yes.
You go to Lebanon, there's a place called Baalbek, which is a 4,300-year-old Phoenician temple. Every child in 5th, 6th standard in Lebanon, in school, they all study that Indian builders, Indian sculptors, Indian elephants, Indian labor and Indian yogis came and built this. A huge, massive temple. Each stone, some of the foundations were stones weighing 300 tons, they transported up the mountain and built this, Indian engineers of that time. You have lotus flowers hanging from the ceiling. Obviously, there are no lotuses in Lebanon. It was sculpted by the Indian sculptors. Every Lebanese child knows this. Does any Indian child, any of the Indians, have they heard about it? No. Over 1,000 years ago, Tamil kings went to Angkor Wat and Angkor Thom.
Yes.
If many of you might have seen this, you will feel proud of being human if you see the work that's been done. It's the largest religious building on the planet, Angkor Thom.
Yes.
Does any Tamil child in Tamil Nadu, up to 12th standard, read a line about it in his textbook? No. When you don't build pride, how do you build a nation? If you do not build pride, you cannot build a nation. If you're not proud of who you are, why the hell should you stay here? Right now, if the more advanced countries, Western countries, open up their visa policy, 80% of the Indians will swim across the oceans and go away. That means, if 80% of the people want to go away and you're holding them by force, it's a prison. You know about prisons. We're holding them. No, people should want to be here. Everybody wants to go away. And we're holding them. That's not the way to run a nation.
So is that your main weakness from strength? Strength is healthy people, inspired people.
Yes.
Is your weakness is
It is a serious weakness in the country.
rootless people. You're talking about people who have no roots. They don't understand their roots, they don't understand their history. They don't understand their culture.
It is not
their
that… No, they're not rootless people, they're root. They know their roots, but they're little ashamed of their roots, they're hiding their roots, and they're all wearing denim pants just to hide their roots.
They don't know their roots. Sadhguru, that's a fact, they don't know their roots.
They may not…
No, in our schools which we run, many of the 9th standard, 10th standard coming from different kinds of schools, primarily government-funded schools. First thing which one of my teachers said, can you write on an essay on Mahatma Gandhi? Sadhguru, you'd be shocked to hear, I'm talking of only of Gandhiji. The essay said, and the question was, what's the name of the wife of Mahatma Gandhi? Do you know one of them wrote? Can you guess? I don't even want to mention the name.
Don't tell me.
So Sadhguru, you can go just now. What's wrong with her? So that's our weakness you're talking about. It's rootless.
I would like to repeat this. We are not rootless, but people who occupied us for so long somehow managed to bring a certain sense of shame about our roots, which has to go. See, Mahatma Gandhi is a part of a movement which is not even history, which I would call it present, okay? It's just the back end of our present stage. He's not really history that way. He's still so close to us in time, I'm
Yes,
saying.
of course.
All I'm saying is, this is… picking up names, that is different, but everybody knows Mahatma Gandhi's face and everybody knows he was important for our nation, that much even a village child knows it, which is, I feel, all right. But I'm talking about a much deeper thing, that is, as a land, as a people, what are we good at? Have we been good at something? No. We've been only occupied for 1,000 years, we've been looted, we've been raped, we've been robbed. This is all we've done. We've done nothing that's worthwhile. That's not good. We have to educate our children to show that we have done tremendous things. Just 250 years ago, we were the largest economy, whole of Europe was thirsting to come to India. And even, wherever they went, they called people Indians, whether they went to North America or wherever, because they were all aspiring to come to this place, because it was the wealthiest nation, it was the most knowledgeable country, it was the best place to be. Everybody wanted to be here.
Who teaches them? Who teaches these youngsters?
These things have not been taught, because our history has been written by…
Who's at fault?
Because our books are written by the English, okay? The history is written like this to dominate you.
No, but it's NCRT. It's no more English writers, it's Indian writers. You bring yoga in…
But your brains are in Greenwich Mean Time. You ask anybody I see on the news channels, among the ministers, everybody talking, okay, I was in Cambridge in this year, where were you? I was in Oxford. Only now I'm seeing people who studied locally seem to be somewhere. You will see this is the pride. Okay, I went to Cambridge, where did you go? Oh, I was in Oxford. okay? Recently, I will tell you how it is. I was in Hyderabad, a journalist wants to interview me, and she's telling me a piece of information. It seems the Sheffield University in UK made a study on the vibrations of the sun, and they measured these vibrations. They're exactly the same vibrations which will happen when you utter the sound Om. She said, Sadhguru, you must say this. I said, I will not say this. I am not going to say this. I have been telling you for 30 years. Many yogis and mystics have been telling you for thousands of years, and it's not valuable. Sheffield University tells you it's valuable, I am not going to… I don't need authentication. It works for me. You just look at me, it's worked 100%, okay? It's worked, everything that we do. And the sciences of this nation, the essential aspect of what the Sanskriti is, has worked brilliantly well for us for thousands of years, and we know it works. We don't need any authentication. But right now we have created a world, unless it's authenticated by the West. Even the yoga that you're doing here is only reborn from the American coast. People people think yoga was invented by Madonna.
I recall in the prison assignment when I brought in yoga as a part of the day's regime. Many persons of certain communities and certain people didn't want to do it. They thought it is linked with a particular faith. Till their own teachers came and explained to them that this is for your larger good, it's mind, body, soul in harmony. How do you dispel this?
See, this is what I want to tell you. For thousands of years, we've been the biggest traders, okay, from this country. The largest exports were from India for almost many thousands of years. Nobody ever thought of exporting in such large quantities. So both with goods and gods, we've been very good, okay? We can export both, we don't have to import either. We're very good both with goods and gods. Our ability to create goods was systematically broken. Our industry was broken, our business systems were broken. It's all right. I'm not complaining, we let it happen because… we let it happen because we did not take care of one of the limbs. There was no military wing.
Military wing?
Yeah. When invaders came, you could not defend your people.
That's right.
Because you were singing music, you were meditating, you were doing things.
Exactly. Yes.
Nice, you were in mathematics, you were in astronomy, you were all this.
And you're not united either. You're not united. There were so many, they were fighting each other.
That is also there. But I'm saying essentially you didn't have the martial power to defend yourself.
Correct. Let's come to the opportunities. We've addressed strength, we've addressed weaknesses. What are the opportunities the nation has today in nation building with 1.2 billion people?
See, India is this nation is a tremendous opportunity, a possibility. This is something that anybody who looks at this nation with closely enough can clearly see here. Rest of the world clearly sees that this is a nation of tremendous possibility. But what we need to understand is, between a possibility and a reality, there is a distance. Do you have the courage, the commitment and the conviction to walk the distance? That's always the question. Definitely it's a great possibility, we are sitting on the threshold. But do not underestimate our ability to goof things up. I'm not being pessimistic, I'm the last person to be pessimistic about anything, but I know our ability to goof things. I see it every day. The way they drive on the street, the way they do things, the way everything is made. We have a phenomenal ability to goof up things because we are too much genius with very little organization. Yes, everybody thinks he's a genius. If you go sit in a tea shop, in a street side, in a rural India… No, I'm not talking politics. If you sit in a tea shop in somewhere rural India, street side, because I've driven across the country, I've sat in dabas and tea shops so much. I've crisscrossed India on my motorcycle, so I lived in dabas and tea shops all the time. So, you will see the guy who's making the tea there, he will be telling how Tendulkar should have made the right shot. How his technique is not good, he's doing the wrong approach.
Or Bishan Bedi sitting here, how he could have bowled.
Whatever, these kind of things. He will be talking about how the Prime Minister should have run the country differently. Only problem with him is he does not know how to make good tea. Okay. So, this is a problem, we're too exuberant. A society like this is generally considered a high-context society. We're too much context, not enough content. It's a very beautiful way to exist on one level, but if we do not organize, if we do not focus this natural exuberance of the people, a certain intelligence which is freewheeling intelligence, you will have a chaotic situation which seems to be going somewhere but not going anywhere. It's like a whirlwind making its own rounds. So it needs a little forceful engagement of pushing it in a certain direction. A little authority to push it. People don't understand what powers India. It's powered by itself. It's just like a whirlwind, but you must be able to direct it in the direction that you want it to go. That needs a little bit of authority. But we picked up all kinds of fancy ideas. We don't like authority, you know. We don't like any kind of authority. We would like to go all over the place. Just see, the driving on the street is a clear demo. I'm not talking about authoritarianism, but a certain authority which organizes this whirlwind of chaos is needed for this country to push it in one direction, otherwise we'll keep going round and round. We've been sitting on a threshold. For me, the economic development that everybody is talking about, I am not thinking about how you can transform your life from Maruti to Mercedes, that doesn't matter to me. I'm not against cars, I like them but that is not the thing. There are over 600 million people. Today night, after this is over, when we go wherever we go, the table at which we sit, there will be a choice of dinner that you and me can choose. There are 600 million people who have no such choice tonight. The child who has to go to school tomorrow, he is not eating what is necessary for him to go and remember who is Mahatma Gandhi's wife. He doesn't care a damn, because he is not eaten right. The woman who carries a child in her womb doesn't have the necessary nourishment to bring out something that's worthwhile. Now, this can change in next 5 to 8 years' time if we handle things right. And it matters that we handle this right.
So you really combine the opportunity with the threat, because the same population, the same energy, if goofed up, as you said, could be a threat.
Of
Is there
course.
any other threat other than this?
See, this is the biggest threat for India. This also happened in the economic forum. Our people, particularly the corporate and also the ministers were… everywhere you hear this, I think everybody is repeating this chant, we are the youngest nation in the world, we are the youngest nation in the world. I sat through this and I was amazed why everybody is gloating about we are the youngest nation. So I asked them, what happened to the old people? They said, what? No, we are the youngest nation. I said, that's okay, but what happened to the old people?
Yeah.
I want you to know, in India, nobody gets old. People die young. That's why we are the youngest nation in the world. Yes. It is a tragedy that we don't have old people. But this tragedy can be turned into a tremendous possibility right now, because compared to the rest of the world, we are a youthful nation, we have the opportunity to power ourselves into well-being. But we must understand why we are the youngest nation. Suppose we are saying right now 60% of the population is below 30 and we are very proud. Tomorrow you find 60% of the population is below 15. Something wrong has happened or no? Why are we not looking at it? We've not run it properly. Why don't we see people are not growing old, people are not living… My great-grandmother lived to be 113. Nobody is living like that. Everybody is dying in their 50s and 60s or even less. So we have the synergy of youth right now. Though our poets are eulogizing many things about the country, I want you to understand, for 1.25 billion people, you neither have the land, nor mountains, nor forests, nor rivers, nor even a piece of sky for 1.25 billion people. If all of them have to live in decent housing, almost literally, huge occupation will happen, there'll be nothing left. The only reason why we seem to be managing is because they're living like cattle packed up in one room, 12 people are sleeping, we're managing. If every one of them has to have a decent bedroom, you won't have place. So only thing that you have is people. If you have this population educated, focused, balanced and inspired, we are a miracle. If you leave them uneducated, unfocused, uninspired, unskilled, we are the biggest disaster waiting.
Do we need money for this?
We have the money. We have the money, we have not had a determined leadership. What is been lacking is leadership. Because I'm not somebody who takes any political stance, but I'm just looking back, I'm seeing, leave the first 25 years after independence. They did whatever best they could do with little that they had, and it's a heady times, okay? But after the passing of Jawaharlal Nehru, we've not really had a prime minister. In the sense, somebody always except that Lal Bahadur Shastri for a short period and maybe Narasimha Rao for a little period, which was government was tottering all the time. Rest of the time, somebody becomes a prime minister only because somebody dies, and Indian emotion, like a cinemite, overtakes everybody, and somebody's daughter, somebody's son, somebody becomes the prime minister. We've never really had someone who has roots in the nation, who knows what this country is and who's burning with aspiration to make this nation something. We've never had that. It's only by default that people have become prime ministers in this country.
But don't the leaders come from within the community, within the people?
No, I'm saying prime ministers happen only because somebody died.
But you also have certain states. We're talking about even state governance. We're not only talking about central governance.
Yes, but…
India has 29 states today. It's state governance. Look what's happening with Uttar Pradesh today. Uttar Pradesh, what is happening? It's a leadership which was elected 2.5 years ago with overwhelming acceptance. What happened? It come from within, but what's gone wrong? What is the present state? I'm not saying gone wrong or right. So aren't people responsible for it?
No, we are a democracy in paper. But our mindset is essentially feudalistic. Because I'm saying even among the elite and educated, suppose you do well tomorrow, suppose our present Prime Minister does really well tomorrow, people will cry, I wish we had a son. You understand? People will cry, we wish he had a son, because when he goes, his son could become the Prime Minister. I'm saying in our mindset, we are still feudalistic. So when you are feudalistic, things are run in a certain way. What essentially it means is being feudalistic or democratic is, feudalistic means who your father was matters. Democracy means I don't care a damn who your father was, I don't want to know. This is why I said Mahatma Gandhi's wife, I don't want to know who she is, I don't want to know who Mahatma Gandhi's father is. We bow down to him for who he is, and that's all that matters to us. And that's how it should be in a democratic nation. We care who you are, we don't care who your father was. You may care who your father was, I don't care who your father was. I only care who you are.